Welcome back from a good break. I guess you guys got a chance to meet Rajendra personally and ask any of your additional questions that you had. Moving on to our next topic is recognition of startup from Startup Karnataka and Startup India. So to avail all these tax benefits or to get all these fundings, basically we have to be not just a company that is registered, we should also be recognized as a startup, right? So now, Mr. Nagendra is going to explain us how to get recognized or how to get yourself the title of a startup under Government of Karnataka and Government of India, so that you can go ahead and follow the process and get the funding or get the tax benefits that you want.
Thank you for having me and my co-founder. Hello everyone, this is Nagendra. Hi. So here along with me I have Mr. Harish Kumar. So we are co-founders. We are co-founders from Farmgal Private Limited. So we are a biotech domain startup. We have recently started a company. It's a one-year-old company. So we are working or we are having our office at Bangalore Bio Innovation Center, which is in Electronic City. So here we are, since we have recently started a company and we have been through this procedure, how to get recognized from the Startup Karnataka and the Startup India of how to have a startup and what benefits we have it from recognizing from both the state and the center. So as you all people have, some of them have already started the company. So I'll not bore you guys with much. So usually the process is that we register our startup, we company, and then you get an incubation space. Whereas when you have a biotech company or some other product manufacturing company, you need a working space. In order to develop your product or software, you need a working space or company. So that is where you avail your incubation center. In our biotech domain, we call it as an incubation center, where we have been incubated in an incubator. So as same as incubator, there are co-working spaces like we work and evolve. So after that, you get funds. You already have your product which have been you're working on, but you need funds to work on that. So either it could be a grant which is from the government, or through, if you don't avail from the government, you approach a angel investor or a venture capitalist. So that is how you raise funding for your company. Then after that, you develop your product and you launch your product globally or domestically. Then after that, you take your product to the commercialization step and you reach the market. This is the process. And if it's an angel investor or a venture capitalist, he always asks you for an exit strategy. Either it could be, if it's an early stage venture capitalist, he asks you for a 3-year exit strategy or probably 5 years with some IRR, if it's 2x, 3x or 5x sometimes. So initially you have an idea that you want to work on. You think that this is a potential idea which could change the human life or the mankind. So you have this idea, so you wanted to start a company. So the way you start a company is by registering yourself in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So as Mr. Rajendra has already spoken that if it's a private limited company, your company gets registered in within 15 to 20 days. So now this process is also sped up. So within 15 days, your company is registered under MCA. So also you get all the incorporation certificates, the MOA, that is the Memorandum of Association, and the Article of Association, which is all related to the company documents, where it's a document which tells you that how you go upon a company and what is the relationship between the company and the other third party, and what are the Article of Association states most of the rules and regulations of how your inside the company, how the employees are going to manage it. So it's all some written rules and regulations. So apart from that, you register yourself, your company, either it could be an LLP, proprietorship, or a private limited company under MCA. So I have placed some links also. I could probably share this presentation through emails. So then you get a certificate of incorporation. So this is how the incorporation certificate, is it visible? Yeah. So this is the incorporation certificate you get from the MCA, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, along with the PAN and TAN also. So it is being generated from that. So best way is you could hire a chartered accountant to do this in order to avoid all the loopholes or whatever efforts are there. Apart from that, so how do you get yourself registered in Startup Karnataka, and what are the facilities or benefits you get from that? So it is a simple step. You just have to log into this portal. You get yourself registered under that. Whatever the data is there, the certificate of incorporation you provide it. You upload all the CIN, certificate of incorporation, MOA and AOA. PAN, TAN, all the necessary company documents, you upload it to the portal, and within some 10 days, 10 to 15 days, you get a certificate from the Startup Karnataka saying that you are a recognized startup from the government of Karnataka. So this is the certificate you get from Startup Karnataka. And apart from that, what are the benefits you avail from Startup Karnataka? Getting this, you have mentors. There are mentors who are working in different sectors. It could be either in the biotech domain, IT domain, software, electronics. So there are few mentors who are meant to be mentoring you. So they are the CEOs, CXOs of some big companies. So they make up their time, and they are there to mentor you. And then there are incentives. So you have a product and you want to patent it, and the patenting cost in India, it's almost 2 to 3 lakhs, at least 2 to 3 lakhs for your patent to you get granted patent for your product. So Startup Karnataka is borrowing all the incentives. So they'll be giving you incentives for all the patents which you file. So you get that benefits also when you register that. Along with that, they give you funding also. The funding part, that is grant. So can I just ask you a question, that what do you differentiate between a grant and a fund or a angel funding? Yeah, yes sir. Yes. Yes, precisely. So what happens is, initially you have an idea and you want to work upon. For example, if I take myself as an example, we are working on a biotech domain, and there are chances that the product might work, might not work. My idea could be translated to a product or a proof of concept, but then also there are disadvantages that it might not turn into a proof of concept. So at that case, whatever investment I have raised from the private investors, I'm bound to return it. Whereas if I take a grant, so they give you in tranches. They do not give you the grants in a full amount. So in a period, if it's for a period of 1 year, they give you in 2 tranches. So the first tranches, they evaluate on your milestones whether you have achieved your milestones or not. So that way you are safe. If your product is working, then you can take it to the next step, reach investors or venture capitalists and raise funds to grow. Whereas if it's not working, at least you can drop that plan. I'm not discouraging, but then there is a loopholes also. You might not occur. Yeah. Yes. 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 So there are criterias. Your idea should be novel. It should not be. It could be a patentable property. Any IP rights which are revolving around your product, and how well it could reach your market. And it's all based upon how you pitch. If you have a good business model and financial projections, you could easily get grants. And if your idea is novel.
So there will be separate session for it, like from government, like to pitch your idea and explain.
Yes, there are sessions. It's organized by both Government of India and Government of Karnataka. If you're getting grants from Government of Karnataka, there'll be separate sessions on how to raise fundings or how to pitch your idea, how to build a business model, how do you have a financial scale. So there will be separate mentoring sessions before you pitch your idea.
So the idea can be like existing one, like as you know now almost everything is present. So either new product would be a good version of the existing one. So those kind of things also.
Yes. Yes.
And how they decide the amount which they want to grant, or what basis?
That will be a jury. Based upon your business model and financial projections, it is usually the jury, they decide upon the grant amount. For some grant, there will be a fixed amount, but then for some grant, there will be up to. So there are clause. So it is entirely upon the jury. They decide upon how much to grant to this particular startup.
But are you sure that it is not biased, that it is completely based on the product, not biased from external factors?
No, no, no. Regarding the funding, my other co-founder, he'll be explaining what are the various grants are available and what are the maximum amount it is having. Yes. Yes, it's not only on product. It could be based upon your service, software, anything. So when you are a registered startup and when you register in Startup Karnataka portal, what are the various incentives you get inside that? So there will be there are incentives and reimbursements. There will be, you can connect to various mentors and across various different fields. There will be mentors. It's all transparent. There is transparent in whatever you see in that. So you could connect with all the mentors which are mentioned in the Startup Karnataka portal. And this is the list of incubators in across Startup Karnataka. They are located in different sectors of Karnataka. Like there is NASCOM, which is present in Domlur. So that is for purely based upon IT people who are intended to develop gaming softwares or whatever the software. So that is NASCOM. And there is KTech Innovation Hub by IAMI. Then there is KTech Innovation Hub by Bangalore Bioinnovation Center, where we have been located there. So this is purely for medtech startups, agricultural startups, biotech startups, and nutraceuticals. So life sciences, related to life sciences. This is the startup from Karnataka government. This is located in Electronic City. So then there is Deshpande Foundation, which is in Hubballi. Then there is Catalyst for Women Entrepreneurship. So that is also located in Karnataka. Then there is also VLSI Labs for electronic circuits and other related startups who are working on in this field. Either it could be in automotive or aeronauticals. So such kind of startups. There is KL University Hubballi. So apart from that, there are Center of Excellence which have been started recently from the Startup Karnataka. So they are jointly organized from an organization, from a college, and also from the Startup Karnataka to enhance or boost the entrepreneurships in the beginning stages itself, when they are a student itself and they wanted to develop into a company through their idea. So there are different colleges. So like there is IISc, then there is NASCOM, then there is CCAMP. Heard of CCAMP? It is Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms, which is located in JKVK campus, Hebbal. So they are working on completely on life sciences, agriculture, and nutraceutical domains. So if you have any ideas or products which are into the field of medical devices, developing a medical devices, and any life sciences related projects, so you get incubated there. You get space for working there. There are many scientists who are working there. You also get connected to them, and there are many CXOs over there. So they'll also be able to mentor you. And also these incubation centers, they also have their own funding supports, funding schemes. They'll help you get funds. And also few will be normal, they help you go through to the government schemes, and also they help you get through equity based. So they get you, help connect you with investors at a cost of some equity.
So like once we get the grant, only then we get allotted into that incubator center?
No, it is sometimes the incubation center, they'll have a process of screening. They'll also evaluate your idea and also the business model and the financial projections. So there'll be a jury members. There'll be a jury who will be sitting there to evaluate your idea, whether to give you incubation space or not, whether is this idea feasible or not. because there are many startups who are waiting to get the incubation center. They wanted working spaces. So they apply based upon the jury, you get incubation spaces.
So like that place is only to take you develop that product and take that product into the market.
Yes, so there are criteria that maximum of 3 to 4 years you can be incubated there. So there is an exit there also. So it comes with a criteria.
And the cost is taken care by the government.
Cost, there is cost for the incubation center. So that is borne by you. So you will have to get the grants or angel investor or a VC. You should raise the funds for your company. Then that is how you will be able to pay the rent.
Is there any incubation center or center for excellence which is specific to manufacturing or semiconductor manufacturing?
Yes. So when you go to the portal, when you register yourself, you could explore many things. I've just picked some of the basic concepts. So there are many more other concepts which you could see in the portal. From NASCOM. Yeah. So this is for the this KSAP Bio 50 is the Karnataka Startup Advancement Program. This is for the life science sector, which they have started previous year, and we are one of the first cohort. So, is there any startup which are working on life sciences sector or medical devices, agriculture, nutraceuticals? So it is more related to them. I'll just briefly go through what this program is all about. They usually select 50 startups for a period of 3 years. In the period of 3 years, so in first year they have selected 12 startups. And then they'll be given mentorship from a CEO of a big company, and there'll be seminars, and they'll help you connect you with different experts, industry experts. So they organize workshops and such other things, activities they conduct. But then it comes with a criteria of 4% equity. We have to share the 4% equity to the government of Karnataka. This is jointly organized by the Karnataka government, CCAMP, BBC and KTech. So this is more about KSAP. But in the later on stages, if they have any proof of concept which are developed, they have products to be commercialized. So then they also get funding from KITWEN for life sciences startups. So KITWEN is a government body which also funds you for commercialization steps.
In exchange for equity or this?
Yes. So this is this is all the startups for the first cohort who have signed. Now the second cohort is already started. So under Startup India, it is the same. So both Startup India and Startup Karnataka share almost similar policy. So recently the recent policy is the startup policy of 2015-2020, which you could find on the Startup Karnataka portal. So, but Startup India, you register in Startup India. It's the same way how you get yourself registered in Startup Karnataka. It's a simple procedure where they ask you all the regarding informations. So you fill in all the information and all the necessary documents you upload, and it takes some time to get selected or recognized. So in Startup India, to get yourself recognized from Startup India, there is a very crucial process. So it takes a lot of efforts. So people, they evaluate a company based upon the financial projections of business models which you have already uploaded. So then they'll evaluate all the things. So then you get recognized from the Startup India.
So it's not like just registering a company?
No. Because they also evaluate whether you will be able to, as Mr. Rajendra told you, they'll also look into how you will be able to sustain your company over the period of some years, and are you be able to generate some employment opportunities. So all the criteria they check, they evaluate. So it is like 1 in 500 company ratios. They select the recognition from Startup India. So this is DIPP. So this is the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So this is also the same way you register yourself, but these are the essential documents or the recognitions you need to get before you start any productions. So you get a certificate from DIPP also. So this is the certificate we have got from DIPP. And yeah, from if you register yourself from Startup India in Startup India portal, as our CA told that you also get exempted from the tax. So there are tax benefits. And also whatever the new policy says that the 10% of the products which are produced from the startups, out of 100% products whatever they are selling, so 10% will be selected from the startups, so they'll be able to sell their products, so that the preference will be given to the startups also. And in Karnataka there are various funding opportunities from the government. There are grants like Elevate and other grants specifically for startups. In Startup India, there are grant challenges. In 1 year, there'll be 2 calls in a year. So, like grant challenges, there'll be challenges in different sectors. Now, in this call, recently, just 1 month back, they have given the call. So that is in animal husbandry, nutrition, animal nutrition. With respect to the animal husbandry, they have called challenges. So whatever the startups who are working in this field, they are eligible to apply. So similarly, there will be other challenges also where they could get. This is more of a prize money, winning a prize money of 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs. This is how you easily raise some money if the products is very good. So similarly, there is Atal Innovation Mission. So they have this schemes. So they also provide you funding opportunities, and also they have been collaborated with some institutes, engineering colleges. For example, there is a college in near Kanakpura Road called Jyoti Institute of Technology. So they have been partnered with AIM. So they have also started giving incubation centers to work. So this is how they collaborate. So they have recognized incubation centers at different zones, at different sectors all over India. So across India, you can search wherever you're working. So they get incubation spaces. So that is also, you're supposed to pay rent for that. So, but then this is minimal comparatively. And also the services offered will be different with respect to the different schemes. And also they have their own policies. So before I give the mic to my other co-founder, what I would like to say is that you have I would like to compare it with an analogy. You have a car. Your idea is like a car. But then if the car or a bike if that has to run, what do you need? You need fuel.